Within this desolate desert wilderness, there's a remote creek that's full of brown trout. I'll be backpacking deep into this region completely alone for 3 days. And this will end up being one of the best trips I've ever taken. Welcome back to another Flicky Flies film. I've got a few miles ahead of me to reach base camp. It's late October and the leaves are putting on quite a show. It's warm now, but it's going to be getting really cold at night. I'll be fishing Tenkara. It's an ancient Japanese method that uses flies, a long rod, and no reel. Since filming this, I've really grown to love casting a regular fly rod, but this method does work incredibly well on trips like these, where weight and bulk matter. This hike involves dozens of water crossings. I continue on with my Crocs. There's no point in trying to stay dry here. It's kind of ironic, though, in the desert, don't you think? Maybe a little too ironic. Yeah. The walls of sandstone here are stunning. As I hike alongside, I can't help but feel connected to something much bigger than myself. There's so much ancient human history here. I can only imagine the joy and hardship of surviving in this place. What must their days have been like? These structures here, I think they're granaries. They'd store corn, squash, acorns, and beans. I think this might be a scorpion or maybe a lizard. What do you guys think? And this, maybe signifying the importance of the sun for crops or just warmth. I can't help but almost feel nostalgic, despite not having lived their lives. Maybe something deep within me remembers our collective ancient past. I kind of hope so. It's a nice thought. Absolutely so excited to be backpacking into this incredible, lush desert creek. Everything around me, sandstone. It's a legitimate desert, but down here in this little valley, a tiny spring creek with wild brown trout. I've only got just a little bit further to go. Man, I am beyond pumped. Get my camp set up and get my line in the water. All right, let's go fishing. right, here we go. Chasing down some beautiful wild browns in this incredible place. These fish are among the spookiest that I've ever made casts to. I haven't been to this place in a couple of years, but this is actually where everything kind of began for me. This is where I filmed my very first YouTube fishing video. Backpack in, kind of the same deal that I'm doing this time. And I'm back again. Man, it feels good. There we go. First fish in this incredible canyon. All right. Got our first fish in the net. Got him on a little jig streamer, one of my absolute favorite confidence flies. And oh my goodness, we're coming up to another hole here, and this place looks perfect. There are 100% gonna be browns hanging in this pool. We're gonna work the tail here. I see one, I see one. I just saw him. He was right in the tail out there. Come on. Oh. Move up just slightly here. Oh, dang. He was on. Missed the hook set. There. Oh. Oh, instant strike. He got off. Also instantly. Come on. I know there's more than a couple in here. The one that I just lost was a dink. My gosh, what a cool place. I am so obsessed with fishing for wild trout in absolutely beautiful places. That's what gets me going. And I'll just say this is one of my favorite places that I've ever fished. Brown just came out. He just chased it down practically to my feet. Here we go. We're drifting by him right now. Right now. Come on. Here he comes. Oh. He's liking a little bit more action on that streamer. I dead drifted it through, and then I was kind of popping it back out of the pool, and that's when he struck. Come on, my friend. Had some action, but didn't manage to get anything to the net. Heck yes. Right below these massive cliffs. How cool is that? Just an epic spot. Having a killer time out here. Wow, guys, this has certainly got to be one of the most incredible holes of all time right here. I mean, have you ever seen such a thing? Red sandstone walls dropping 200-300 feet, I would say, right into this little creek full of brown trout. Man, that is truly something special. They have not been easy to actually catch. I will say that much. That is for sure. Action has been relatively consistent, but stealth is of the utmost importance. And it's hard to hook and play these fish in these tight quarters. So I've had plenty of hits that have resulted in fish getting off the hook. But man, just being in the presence of these walls, this sandstone canyon, and here's another trout right here. Right up at the head of the pool, this one was. This looks to be a pretty nice sized fish here, for this creek at least. Might be the biggest of the day. How cool is that? Nice swirling pool here. Oh, there's a trout, there's a trout. Here he comes, here he comes. Oh, I think he nipped at it. Definitely looks like it. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? Okay. What in the world? Is this a brown? Oh my God. Massive fish. Completely outgunned here. I'm using the Tenkara rod coat Beartooth. This fish is a giant. Very, very, very low probability I land this fish. Oh, it's a sucker. It's a big old sucker. Oh my goodness. Don't go downstream of me. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. I thought this was like a huge brown. It's just a huge sucker. Wow. Lot of weight to this fish here. This is crazy. Luckily he's not fighting too hard. He's got a lot of weight, like I said, but he's not making any really strong runs. It's still going to be a bit of a challenge getting him in here. Let's see if I can scoop him up with my small net. Oh my gosh, we got him. We got him. Big old sucker. That is freaking cool. Look at that beast. That is quite a large sucker. 2-3 pounds, I bet. That was quite a fight on my small rod. Very cool. I love catching native species, and this is certainly one of the coolest suckers that I've ever caught. I actually don't know what species it is. I'm out here in the desert, but this thing is native to here, and really cool. Really cool catching a fish this size. Nice colors on them too. Okay, well that was pretty dang crazy. I can't believe I actually managed to land that fish. Really cool. That was like quite a colorful, quite a pretty sucker. And I know there's a few native species that live in the waters here. That's just so awesome. I just love seeing native fish. The browns are wild in here, but they were introduced, I think, in the 60s, 70s, I believe. So they're self-sustaining for sure, but obviously they're not native to this water. But that big, beautiful sucker certainly was. How cool is that? Ooh, man. I've got 2 nights that I'm spending out here on this backpacking trip. And I gotta say, the chill in the air, all the leaves falling down around me, and the wind has got me feeling a little apprehensive. You know, I packed well. I've got a big down jacket. I've got a nice warm sleeping bag, but you know, you come to the desert and you want it to be nice and warm, even in autumn. You know, certainly that's what I was hoping for, but I am definitely catching the tail end of the season here, and it's going to be a chilly few days. Oh, there was a fish. Chased it right up to the surface. Man, they're really preferring a bit of action. Let me drift it into this hole. He was right in front of me here. Doubt I'll get a second take. Coming on through. I've got it nice and deep. Ooh, that might have been him. I think I just had another bite there. I foolishly, I was just waiting. I don't know what I was waiting for. I should have set the hook. Always set the hook when in doubt. Always. Oh my gosh. This fish just ate 3 times in a row. He's right in front of me here. Make it 4. Come in my net. Oh. Oh my gosh. Just chase it. He chased it down. I don't know where he ended up. Oh, here he is, right in the middle still. All right, streamer's right here. I think he's rightfully spooked by now. Oh my God, he's still chasing it. What a crazy, crazy brown. Just a little guy, you know. That's kind of how they act sometimes. Come on, give me a real bite though. This is some close quarters combat fishing right here. Dang. I couldn't catch that fish or any other fish for the rest of the day. The light was getting lower and I had a ways back to camp. Today had been a great day, but I was definitely looking forward to traveling even further up the creek tomorrow with more time on my hands. It was pretty mild overnight. The cold front was supposed to be moving in soon, though. My plan today was to hike all the way back up to where I left off last night. I had fished this creek a few years back, but never that far up. Today, I'd be getting into completely uncharted territory, and I was excited for that. The day is just beginning. I'm fishing all new waters today, places that I've never fished before, and I am so excited to see what we can pull out of this incredible creek. Okay, I see a fish feeding right at the very, very, very back of the pool here. I gotta get just a little bit closer before I can make a cast. There we go. Oh, popped off. I couldn't set the hook very hard because I got this tree right above me, and soft hook set, and he got right off. At least we're getting a little bit of action though. I'll take that. I'm gonna try to move up in the pool just a little bit more here. Keep casting my way up. I don't see any other fish at the moment, but that doesn't mean they're not there. We've got plenty of rock structure and stuff among this sandy bottom where the browns could be hiding. So let's make some more casts, see what we can make happen. There we go. There we go. That didn't take long. All right. Ooh, that's a pale, chilly fish, huh? Water is really cold today. I think this boy's ready for some hibernation. We're on the board. That feels so good. That fish was mighty pale. Definitely had his winter colors on. The water is very chilly this morning. These fish could be feeling a little sluggish for sure. Okay, wow. Now here's a hole right here, and we have a fish right at the back of the pool again. Unfortunately, there are trees all above me here. Let's see if I can just make just a simple bow and arrow cast just to get it up in front, and hopefully I can set the hook hard enough to actually catch this fish. Here we go. Okay. Oh yeah, he's gonna take it. He's gonna take it. Boom. There we go. There we go. Okay. Got a decent hook set here. Let's get him in quick. There we go. Yes, that was awesome. Sight fishing at its best right there. A little nicer color on this guy. Heck yeah. We'll take it. Just awesome. What a beautiful fish. Well, shoot, one fish down already, and we have not even made a cast into the deepest part of this hole. Look at this place. Cliffs dropping right down, deep, deep hole, clear water. So cool. Just wild. Stealth is definitely a concern, especially using a shorter Tenkara rod on a clear creek like this. I'm using the Tenkara Rodco Beartooth, which is 10 feet long. And I think in hindsight, I probably would have brought the Teton just because I could have used that zoom function to zoom out to 12 feet where needed. This creek is interesting. You know, it's very, very tight in certain spots where like an 8-foot rod would be suitable. And then it'll open up to a spot like this where, I mean, shoot, I would take a 15-foot rod right here, you know? I suppose that's definitely an advantage of regular conventional fly fishing. You know, if I just had a 3-weight regular fly rod and reel, you know, I could let out a lot of line in a spot like this and potentially be much more stealthy. But that's part of the fun of Tenkara, you know, it's just trying to make do with what you have, really using your feet and trying to be strategic in order to stay stealthy as opposed to making casts from further back. Doesn't always work out, but it does a lot of the time. Not seeing any fish. I don't think the fish density is all that high in this creek, actually. Ah, phew. Oh, broke off. Let me go grab another fly, and we'll get back in here. I'm gonna stick with the streamer for now. Yeah, there we go. Nice solid eat. Nice fish here. Perhaps one of the biggest of the trip, and definitely the biggest of the day so far. We're gonna bring him back into this pool here. Try not to disturb the pool that we want to fish next as much as possible. Oh yeah, nice fish. All right. I thought I saw a fish tucked right on the left side there. You can see how there's kind of like a black line of gravel and then the sand to the right. He was kind of right on the border there, I believe. This is some very, very skinny water here. It's gonna be tough to get close enough to make a cast. In fact, I might confirm that the fish was there by seeing him spook off, but hopefully we can get just a bit closer and make some casts here. Clear back cast. Here we go. Not a great cast, a little too far to the right there. Let's try again. There we go. Nothing. I swear I saw a shadow moving around, but could have just been one of those ghost trout. I'm not seeing anything now from up close. It's definitely just deep enough that it could hold a fish, but I mean, I'm right on it and there's no fish, so.
We're still going to catch some more trout in this video, but it was around this time that I realized just how skinny this water was getting. Either through topography or just bad luck, the bottom of the creek had turned quite sandy, and the fish much less abundant. Even when I did spot a fish, the conditions were so tough, requiring levels of stealth that I just didn't have, especially while having to get close enough to cast with a Tenkara rod. Those first few fish of the day, they might have come a bit too easily. You'd think spending 3 days camping here would numb the experience, that you'd get used to the grandeur. But that never happened for me. If anything, the more time I spend here alone, the more deeply I fall in love with the place. This is a place that can adjust your mindset, your outlook on life even. A place of meditation and a place worthy of our deepest respect, and I am so lucky to be here.
I'm not spiritual at all, but being in places like this really makes me feel special, makes me feel a deep connection to the earth. And here in the desert Southwest in particular, I also feel a deep connection to our human ancestry, our shared ancestors as a species. You know, there's petroglyphs and houses on cliff tops all around this area. And it's so evident, so prevalent, and so obvious, I guess, just to see these people that lived here, 10,000 years ago. And they lived here in harmony with nature. And that makes me want to feel, I guess, more harmonious
with nature myself, and coming out here to places like this, spending nights out here, that's kind of the best way to do that. Now, it does make me a little sad as well because, you know, I think us as a human race, we're not doing really all that great at keeping our earth healthy. And seeing how these people lived off the land, in harmony with the land, it's very inspiring. And I don't have all the answers, not by any means. I don't really know what we can do to lessen our impact on the earth in really a meaningful way. But I think that if people can come out here, spend time in places like this, you know, maybe we can all have the mindset to try to get a little bit closer at least. Wow, here's a deep hole. This is the deepest water I've seen on this creek the whole time. There's got to be some fish chilling down here. Oh, broke off. No. Oh man, I set that hook way too hard. I got a little excited there. He came right out from that undercut bank on the other side. Ah man. That's all right. We'll move on to the next. Plenty more browns to find. Dang, that was cool though. Okay, just kidding. Let me make one more cast back here. Or a few more. And see if we can find any more fish at all. I haven't worked this hole quite hard enough yet. There he is. Oh my God, he came back out. Yes. God dang, to be catching wild browns in a hole like this is crazy. These cliffs, oh my gosh. Freaking epic. What a beautiful fish too. From one crazy looking hole to the next. Let's get back in there. This place is a dream.
After fishing another hour, that cold front we'd been waiting for was finally starting to move in. Gray clouds began to build, and the wind started to whip, and you could really feel the change in the air. It was time to begin hiking the few miles back to camp. My grandpa was a legit tugboat captain, and he had a lot of sayings, but one that always stuck in my mind was, "Red sky at night, sailors delight. Red sky in morn, sailors take warn." Maybe tonight's sunset will be a good omen.
It's mighty cold this morning. If I had to guess, I'd say it's maybe in the teens. Cold enough that my water bottle froze solid at night. My neoprene booties, which I have somehow managed to get on my feet, were frozen solid as well. Every part of me wants to just pack up camp, hike out. I've got a long 9-hour drive back to Colorado, but we're here, so we're gonna go for it. Got the big puffy on, about to step foot in this cold, cold water. Ooh, it's gonna suck. But I'd love to catch a few more fish to round off this incredible trip. So we're going for it. Wish me luck.
This spot here is one of my absolute favorites on this creek. Not because it holds a lot of fish or anything, but just for the beauty of it. I mean, check out these sandstone cliffs. They drop straight into a picture-perfect pool from literally hundreds of feet above. The scale of this place is really crazy sometimes. This particular type of sandstone is called Navajo sandstone, and it was formed during the early Jurassic period as huge, windswept, migrating dunes traveled across something called an erg, which is basically a large, sandy desert. Eventually, the dunes became buried and solidified into rock.
Fish on. First pool of the day, too. Oh, yeah. And what a glorious one it is. Look at this sandstone just sweeping around. Nice little brown to start the day. All right. Well, my hopes were definitely not high dragging myself out of bed this morning in the cold temps, but it's already paying off. Only been at it for 5 minutes. The fish are sluggish for sure, but they're still eating.
One of the things I love most about canyon country is the reflected light. As a nature photographer, I'm kind of obsessed with it. The way the sun bounces off the upper reaches of these warm canyon walls and down into the shadowed creek below is mesmerizing. Watch these colors dance around in an infinite array of combinations. A mixture of cliff, sky, autumn foliage, and shadow. Aided by the constant movement of flowing water, something with a sum much greater than the parts is created.
All right, well, I think one fish for that pool is pretty decent. I'll certainly take it. Let's move on up, see what else this creek holds. There we go. Woo! Fish number 2. Pretty quickly as well. Come here, buddy. There we go. Not the prettiest nut job, but we'll take it. I think the fishing has been a little tougher overall compared to when I first visited here 2 years ago. I caught a fish in that last pool 2 years ago. I caught a really nice sized brown right from under the ledge right here. And, you know, that's kind of fishing for you, I suppose. It just kind of changes day by day. You never really know. But yeah, I think it's been kind of interesting. I feel like the fish density's been a little bit lower, and I feel like, yeah, his fish density's been a little bit lower. Have not been catching quite as many fish.
I just know that cold front was slowing these fish down today. Either way, I had some good water left to fish before calling it quits. And this next hole was one of my best prospects. And the location is insane, underneath this massive, overhanging alcove. I really wouldn't mind living here for a little while.
If we don't find one in this hole, I'm gonna start getting concerned. Complete overhanging cliff above me here. Probably 200 feet tall, at least. Man, just wild. Oh, there was a hit. There was a hit right there. Probably a little guy, because it didn't last very long. There we go. Yes. All right. Come here, buddy. Thank you. Look at that beautiful wild brown and the reflected canyon light. What a thing of beauty.
To be frank, the fishing on this trip wasn't the best, but I was here for the sights, the sounds, and the solitude. And in those most important categories, this was the trip of a lifetime. What a special place. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.